we're here. I have Eclipse installed. I'm launching it now.
Oxygen, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know what else to get, so this is what I got.
Yeah, there are like 7 or 8 different versions of it, so it doesn't really matter. Oxygen is just the latest. Did you install Forge already?
I don't know.
You should do that before you even start thinking about streaming, because that will take like a lot of your internet usage.
I've already downloaded it.
Yeah, but installing downloads like all the assets that you need.
Well, how the hell do I do it? Because I don't know how to do it. And I've got plenty of internet, so it's not an issue.
Yeah, let's do that also because it's really boring. I can explain you that. You need to close Eclipse.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And put Bears mods into, or open Bears mods and put Forge into there.
So just in here somewhere.
Or create a subfolder if you want. How you want to lay it out, because Forge creates a lot of how should I call it?
What the hell is the Forge thing? Don't tell me I deleted the damn thing.
Just download it again.
Ah, for fuck's sakes. Why do I do this kind of shit? Okay.
Just search Forge download.
I got it right here. Alright, so Forge, I don't need 112, I need 1.7. And there was a few people that wanted to know how to do this, so I'm going to keep streaming the whole fucking thing. As annoying as it might be for those that actually know what the hell they're doing. Okay, so 1614, this is the one I want, and I want the SRC, right?
Correct.
Okay. Stupid ass Forge. Add crap. I say that, but I actually don't mind that they have it. Because
yeah, but compared to other mods are no longer allowed to run ads. Because unless they use if they use ads, they're no longer as visible. So they're used to CurseForge, and yeah, that's not nice in that regard.
Other mods can't use it?
You get like only 100s. Like if you get on CurseForge, you get like 1,000 downloads a day. Or if you put your mod away from CurseForge and you have not the visibility, you get maybe 10.
Okay, so I threw it in there.
Yeah, you might want to have its own subfolder in that regard, so you don't. It creates a lot of files, as you remember.
Okay, so we'll name this Forge.
Drag it in there and open and extract it.
And extract all.
Yeah. Oh, it creates a folder for you. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so there it is.
Yeah. Now you go, you copy the path. You have now a very deep layer, but that's not really point.
This here?
You copy that? Yeah. And you open command line.
I know no other way of doing it, so shut up if this is a bad way of doing it.
You have Windows 8 or Windows 10?
8.1.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, and then you type in CD.
CD.
Space. And then you paste in the path. I think that goes with right click.
Ah! Aha! Okay.
And then you type in Graydil with W. It's only with 1D, not with
motherfucker.
double. Yeah. .bat.
.bot? B-O-T?
No, B-R-T. Bat or bat.
Bat.
Yeah, English.
A batch file.
And then space, set up decompiled workspace.
What the fucking hell? Stop.
Okay, decompiled, that the D has to be big and all has to be one word.
Do you know how to spell this? Decompiled.
No, not without a D.
Decompile.
Yeah, and then workspace. And the workspace has to be also big.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, and the whole thing has to be, by the way, one word.
Oh, son of a bitch.
At least you can go back without deleting everything. And then after the word,
Set up 2?
Yeah, it has one word. It's one command. You go to the last letter, create a space.
What the fuck? It's just keeping going. What the hell's all that shit?
No, delete that part. And then type in Eclipse after that. Small typed.
Eclipse. Right?
SE.
There.
Enter.
Oh.
And now let it run. That's all. It installs now everything for you.
Okay. So
now it's waiting time.
Now it's waiting time. So now we get to sit here and discuss the actual mod we're making, which is...
That's a good timing.
Yeah, which is... It's going to hurt you to punch specific things, is what I want.
Should it hurt you constantly, or should it hurt you like every time you break the block?
I want it to hurt you when you first go to punch a log, and then continuously until it breaks. As long as you keep punching, it keeps hurting you.
Yeah, okay, that's easy.
Now, for like gravel, I want it to hurt you but not damage you. Is that possible?
I think yes, if the damage is small enough.
Okay. For logs, okay. What went wrong? Spieger fucked something up.
Yeah, you have to type in setup decomp workspace.
I did put decompile.
No, type in the press the upwards letter, and then decomp instead of decompile. That's my fault because I didn't install for a very long time.
Okay, so decomp instead of decompile.
Yeah.
So
MP in this case, and then hit enter. It already downloaded a part, so it doesn't need to download that anymore. So
okay. So now the one thing I'm not sure about is for like Greg's stones, since they're or dictionaried as stone or cobblestone, will it work if we or dictionary what you're punching? Or is this only going to work for stone and cobblestone? Because I want to not be able to punch a log without taking damage, stone and cobblestone, and then gravel just hurt you but not hurt you. I wanted to deter them from doing it but not actually take damage from them for doing
it. For stone and gravel.
For gravel, I wanted to deter them, not hurt them. For stone, yes, it needs to hurt them more than what punching a log does. Because you shouldn't be punching away cobble and stone, but if for some reason you end up in a hole where you can't get out of, you can do it, but it's going to take you time because you'll be able to like punch out one stone before you die and then wait for your health to go back up.
Yeah, and now you need to install something that you forgot to install.
Should be okay, what do I need to install?
You have Java. You have Java installed for Minecraft, but you don't have Java installed for programming.
I did put the Java runtime, the Java thing in here. I swear I did. But okay, we'll try it.
You need the version 171.
Oh, that might be the problem. I may not have that one. Okay, so JRE.
No, JDK.
Oh. JDK 8. Alright. Download. So I need
171.
This is 171.
Accept the license agreement, else it won't let you download.
Oh, fuck, I hate that thing. So I need this one, the Windows X64. Okay. How are you handling GT6 blocks that break easily like barrels, rocks, sticks, and other things that have left click pickup and drawers? I'm not touching those. I am only touching when you break gravel, logs.
We could make it material based. Then you just handle all that have the same material, have the same effect. So you could say gravel and sand just deteriorate you and don't hurt you actually. All type of stone material hurts you a lot more than like wood material, and wood material hurts you a tiny bit.
Okay. But see, like a barrel and sticks and rocks and things like that from GT6, those should not hurt you at all because those are meant to be picked up by hand.
Yeah, we can make a check if it can be broken without a tool.
Okay.
But wood can be also, how's it called, mined without a tool.
Not in adventure mode. So it does have a proper tool. But you mean if it's going to actually give you the block?
I need to check something.
Okay. Okay, so this thing's done. So while you check that, I'm going to open this and run it. And close this again. Hello? Do something. Why do you have a black screen?
You double click that just to take some.
It's up. Alright. Just do it proper, just run everything.
Yeah.
Error 150, another installation in progress. You must complete that information before.
You need maybe to close the
command prompt.
Yeah.
And Eclipse probably too, right? But Eclipse is already closed.
Eclipse is already closed. I'll make a retry, and yeah, that was it.
See, I think I did the older one. I haven't updated this since I redid my computer, so that's probably the problem. Yeah, my only purpose for this mod is to get rid of adventure mode in GT6 Lite, and for people that want to use it for other things, other mod packs.
Yeah.
I can't put it in GT6 Byte because Crazy and Junior will, throw a fucking fit. They're kind of weird like that. Although it was funny earlier, Crazy had a light bulb moment. We were talking about GT6 Lite, and she has 3 reasons that she doesn't play on that server. That is hunger overhaul, environment needing to drink, and adventure mode. And I told her that this was going to solve one of those problems. So now I need to bring the command line back up because it's done.
Yeah. Okay. And link it properly. And again, also that's interesting. Log itself, show that it needs wood material.
Okay, I did this.
Which is basically.
I did the CD thingy. I got it to the right folder. Now I need to do the Gradle. Yeah, it doesn't show me the old ones.
No, it doesn't, sadly. When you close it, it doesn't save it.
So it's Gradle W space setup decomp Eclipse? No. Decomp
workspace.
Workspace, that's what it was. How the hell do you ever remember this?
And then Eclipse after that. Correct.
How the hell you remember this shit,
man? I have a cheat sheet.
I'd need one. I have a cheat sheet too. It's called Spieger. That's my cheat sheet.
That problem is solved then.
But she says, but that's only one of the 3 problems that I have with that server. And I said, well, The hunger overhaul thing has been completely nerfed to where it's not nowhere near as bad as it was. And she's like, okay, but you still got that stupid drinking thing. And then all of a sudden she goes, wait a minute, I play Raft and you have to eat and drink in there. I said, yeah, duh. And you slow down if you haven't drank enough, and you'll die if you don't drink. So why do I have a problem with this in Minecraft? I don't know, crazy. Why do you have a problem with this in Minecraft? So hopefully she'll be joining me on the new GT6 Lite server we're setting up. Although I really wish somebody would make a drinking mod, which is not something I want to do. So don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to help me with that.
Yeah.
That's GUI shit. Nah, I'm not messing with that crap. I'm nowhere near wanting to touch that crap. But it'd be so nice if I didn't have to have Enviromind in there just to have to drink.
There was some time ago like a dedicated drink mod that never got updated past, I think, 1.47. So yeah. Where do I?
This thing does take a little while to build. It's at 54%.
Yeah. That's usually the time where it takes a lot, especially in terms of CPU usage.
You know what? I probably should fix Twitch while I'm doing this, because I'm definitely not playing on the Fear Night server. Here we go. No, the rocks won't hurt you. E99. Sorry, I didn't see that because I forgot to open up this thing here. For anybody that wonders where I read all my chat from, this is it. Just slip this over here and y'all won't see it. I have been thinking about there is a way I can put chat into the game screen, but I don't know if I want to actually do that. Because of the fact that it's kind of annoying if we get weirdos jumping in, putting weird shit on the screen. And I can't figure out where to put it that it ain't going to be annoying to me. Unless I can get it put into actual chat. I don't know if I can do that. I guess I could have it read the server chat.
That also could work.
Because I have the thing from Discord that'll put chat into the server. I wonder if I could get YouTube's chat to go there and Twitch's chat to go there and just make a channel just for that. And then it would put it right into my... Because there's overlays I can use with OBS that'll put it in there, but it'd be annoying if I was like in Fear the Night or somewhere where I had other people actually typing to me and then have the stream chat over top of that. So, I don't know. But it's kind of, it just kind of feels kind of weird because like Greg and two other people are watching on YouTube and then E99 is over on Twitch watching and they don't know what each other are saying. It's like I'm the only one that knows what everybody is saying.
I think there is something that does both, but I'm not 100% sure. I wonder who sets that set for what?
Because see, this thing here, like Greg, tell me to fuck off or something real quick. see, this is what E99 just said over on Twitch. And
Yeah.
I can pick down here if I want to talk to just YouTube, just Twitch. I even have my the group chat from Bear's Den coming into this thing. So if somebody, you needed to talk to me and wasn't in the stream, you could say something in there and I'd see it. And I can pick which ones I see. Like if I wanted to, I could just hit this. And Greg's probably laying down right now and probably yelling at me because I'm making him get out of bed. But I don't know how to get this into OBS to where you guys can see it. It's just kind of weird. Having two people or two places, I guess, talk to me and them not be able to see each other. Greg's not paying attention. Not that that's anything new. It's like Junior, he's seen something sparkly and seen a butterfly float by and he's off. Okay, so now it's building at 83 and it's spamming a lot of shit.
That's just the libraries it's downloading right now.
Oh, okay. Total time, 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Done.
Yay!
So now what we do?
We just open Eclipse again, but link it to the folder that's in there, into the Forge folder. Hopefully you can still send it. Yeah.
So now this.
You need to go into the Forge folder there, and you need to go into the Eclipse folder.
This one, and then into this one.
Eclipse, and then OK.
That's it?
Just Eclipse, and then hit OK.
Okay. And then launch.
And launch. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now you got to remind me, I sat here for like 20 minutes, dude. I cannot figure out how to get it back on the black. It's stuck on white and it's annoying me.
Mm-hmm.
You taught me how to get it black. I can't figure it out.
You go under Window.
Okay.
Preferences.
That's perspective. Preferences. There we go.
Then you open the first tab.
General.
Then you open the first tab on General.
Appearance.
No, you click on that. You click on that just. And there's the mode. And then you can...
Oh, well, kiss my...
Color and theme, not theme. Just... Oh, yeah, that works also. Okay.
Okay. Now we're black. All right.
And I just found out how... how's it called? How adventure mode makes sure that, like, the... makes sure that logs are not mineable. It's basically checking if the tool can mine it faster than just default punching speed. If that's not the case, then it's not mineable by default.
Oh. Right.
That's the trick. Or if the thing is adventure mode. So you're going to Window, Show View, and Navigator.
Okay.
Then you open your Minecraft folder.
Mm-hmm.
There's an SSC area.
SRC?
Yeah. Then you go as deep as you can. Try to stay on the Java path.
Java, example mod.
Example mod.
And then I need to rename this at some point.
Well, you could create also your own folder and create a new file, but yeah, you can rename it if you want.
Okay. So this will be punch me not. Okay.
Then you just open it. You have an error. You need to hover over that error.
Mm-hmm.
On the error itself, not the light bulb.
Oh. Okay.
And then it says rename type to punch me not.
Okay.
Okay, so this is your example mod by default, which basically creates, how is it called? Just a base layer for you that makes a lot of things easier. Also press Control S, that saves the file. So it does no longer show you the error.
Okay.
First thing you do is delete the system out print line and the other thing. Yeah, just don't make the last line away that you have right now. You have 3 lines and the last line should stay there, just the 2 lines.
Okay, so just these 2.
Yeah.
Delete.
And then you type in Minecraft Forge. Minecraft and Forge are type big.
They're all cap?
Just the first letters. Minecraft Forge in this case. You make it reverse.
Ah, fuck. Is it all one word or 2 separate?
One word always. There is no space unless you want to change something in that variable. And then you type in dot. A lot of options should appear. Interesting.
Oh,
there
now
it is. It took a second. Event bus. Double click it. Then hit dot again. Register.
Register object target?
Yeah. Okay. And then you type in this, where target is.
Type in this.
This means like put me into the Forge registry. And that is basically like your event handling for the events that we need are now handled. So if you start the game and you have handlers that handle things included, that would work now.
Okay. I'm going to try to screw with something and you can yell at me if I screw it up.
Make them all lowercase.
I thought you guys did camera casing in this.
Only for folders. Folders should be all small cased.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Always got to confuse me. Alright, fine. And no spaces.
No spaces.
Oh,
it will throw an error if you try to do that.
Killing me.
And yet now the first line has an error. You need to update that.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. And change package declaration to this
one. And then again, Control S, so it's saved. Okay, we need now a couple lines under init. That should be free. So you can write out new functions.
What the fuck do you see in it? Oh,
just
right here.
No, not init function. Outside of the init function, we need place to create a new function.
Oh, so that would be here?
Make a couple spaces so you have like a lot of room. You don't need to do that all the time. Okay. So now we create a new public void function. And that is our break damage player function. Let's call it like that. Functions are not allowed to have spaces or the names. When you name something, there's no spaces allowed by default.
Okay.
And then you make these round curves around it, like first letter in function names, parameter names, and stuff like that is always small, even if it's the first word.
Oh, motherfucker. You guys have so many rules.
It's simple. And then you need the, let me just check it, player event, which is a class. So the first letter is big.
Player
event is player event, and event is also type big, correct? And then you hit dot. Break speed, the first one.
Okay.
Then you make a space and name it event. Type that also small lettered.
I'm never going to get the right capitalization ever.
Believe me, you will. It just takes a lot of practice, and you had like and now you basically make sure that you have a new line and make it like the function above that, where you have these curved, special curved symbols. Correct. These. Opening and closing. Good. So now, before we can use that, we need to go above the function and type in a new parameter. Like in it, there's like a event handler, but we need something else, and that's subscribe event. That's also a class, so you need the @, before that, and the s has to be also big. No, the @ symbol, like in a mail.
Oh, at. That.
Yeah, and then the big S, and then event afterwards, also big again. And then you hit Control Shift O and Control S. I need to give you also something that will make away the Control Shift O. That makes it a lot easier for you. I just need to find it out. I think it's here. Could you go please to Window Preferences? On top of that, you go to Java. It's not in general, it's deeper. Open that. Editor. Also opening. Save actions, and that needs to be selected. Or was that? Did I make something more in there? I thought I found it. No, never. Oh no, perform save actions. You select that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just apply. That's all. And then hit OK. So now you never need to type in Control Shift O again to organize your imports. You just save and it automatically does that now for you. I found that out long ago, and Greg's is loving that too. Okay, and now you type in system with a big S in the function. Dot, and then you select out, and then dot, and print line.
Say that again?
Print line, the first thing that you have.
Oh. It says print in.
No, it's a shortcut for line.
Oh, okay.
And then you need to make these apostrophes, I think it's called. The letters that you see like after the mod ID on top of that. There's like these two letters or this one letter afterwards, like when in the green area.
About like that?
Yeah, and then you type in just a random text. Just type something in. It can be something nice, it can be. And yeah, and then you save with Control. And now you start Minecraft. So this is just a test if it is actually working.
Yeah, how do I start Minecraft?
Press F11.
Oh, fuck, I gotta find it. There it is. Okay, I hit F11.
It starts.
So now she's going to say in chat, hit me, bitch.
Not chat directly in the console.
Oh. Okay, so Greg finally got back. He was taking a drink. So this is what I was talking about while Minecraft is moving up. See, E99 is talking on Twitch here, and then Greg's talking. And E99 has no idea what Greg said. Greg has no idea what he said, and that's kind of annoying for the people watching. Doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, then you create just a new world and try to break a block.
It's legal in Finland. Did you know that? So, any block whatsoever.
Any block, as long as you try to break something. As you can see.
And it's saying, hit me, bitch.
A lot of times, so you know it's working. Also on the server side and on the client side, but that's now right now not important. Okay, so you're going to close now Minecraft. We have confirmed that it works, so that's good. So now you remove the line hit me bitch completely, the whole line.
Oh, I was gonna have to do this.
Okay, you can, but before this, you can let it stay there, but it's spamming. Like that's not good in that regard.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out. I was just joking. Okay.
So now we create an if statement and make sure it's only the server side, because the server takes care of the breaking. So if event.
There's a space, right?
No, not space. You need to create these curly curves after the if.
Oh, this thing.
No, the round curves, not the function curves. Yeah. And then you create type an event dot, and look what you have. You have the block, you have an entity, you have an entity living, a player, metadata, new speed, origin speed. We want to use the entity.
How do I get it back?
Just remove the dot, add it again.
So
and then you select entity.
Entity.
Dot. Then you type in a W. And select the world object. Or world OBJ.
Got it.
Then you type in a dot again and select the is remote.
Okay.
Then we go to the next line, or make a new line in this case. And type in the special opening and closing curves that you have for functions.
Okay.
So yeah, these. Only once. If you create, you have one too much. You need. Okay, and then you type in just return and semicolon. So basically what this does, it says if the world is now on the client side, so it's the client, not the server, it's going to stop the code and doesn't run anymore. So because the client doesn't need to send that or need that information.
So now this model be server side only?
Technically, yes. There's a couple more things that we have to do to make that happening, but it's very simple.
Okay. It'll be server side only, but it won't break if it's on the client.
Yeah. So now we make a new line between the if statement and the end of the function. You type in entity player, which is with a big E because it's a class. Player is also typed big. And then you give a space and give it the name player, which is the local variable. which can only be seen by the function itself. You make another space, make an equal symbol, and space again. Event, and no, you don't create an event, you just use the event in this case. And then you get the player variable, entity player variable, with the dot before that.
This one.
Yeah. Now you need the semicolon and save.
Save.
So now we have the player easier to access before us, and now we need to do a tiny bit of hacking. And that's like, we need to simulate that the player is in adventure mode, but he's actually not in adventure mode. This is something that's not really nice to do, but it's okay. So we need a couple lines after the entity player free, because it's a little bit more than that.
So after this one?
Yeah, correct. Add a couple lines, so you go directly to that, and you select, start with the player name, in this case player, and you type in a dot, and select the capabilities of it.
This one, player capabilities.
Yeah. Then you type in a dot, and go to allow edit.
Okay.
And then you make a space equals, then space again, and then you type in false, all small typed. Good. The first semicolon always at the end. Sorry, that's my fault. So what that does is it sets your player into how's it called? Adventure mode. Now, sadly, this is not well thought out now. We need between the player and setting the player into adventure mode a new line. I forgot something. And there you create a boolean which is typed small. Boolean is with double O, and it's typed with, yeah. And that you name temp afterwards with this, yeah. And then you make a space equals, and then you copy the line below that until the allow edit. So yeah, correct, with the allow edit extra. Without the spacing, you copy that with Control C and Control W also works. Paste.
Oh, fuck is paste. There it is.
And then you make a full stop, not a full stop, a semicolon after that. Then you go to the last free line in this function, one line deeper, and then you paste it in again. Then you make a space equals space temp semicolon. So what this does, it caches the current state of the player if he's in how's it called, adventure mode or not, and then it sets him into adventure mode, and then it resets him to what he was before. So that makes sure if you play in adventure mode, it doesn't throw you out of adventure mode. It makes sure that it has that. So that's basically the cheat that's usually not the best, but it works. So now we're going to create a new if statement between these two functions. So because the player is right now in adventure mode.
Mm-hmm.
Why we need that, we can check that out in a second. You create your if and the surrounded curves for that you need. No, these are the wrong ones in this case.
Oh, I need the regular bracket.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The regular brick. I always forget how they're called. That's why. And then you type in player with the dot, and then you check type in is current with a big C. You need to type that in. So, and then you select is current tool adventure mode. Extend.
Holy shit. They want a lot of crap.
Yeah, I need to check another thing before I do that, because I may have... Okay, this function I have it. And now you type in event dot x.
This one?
Yeah. Then you hit comma, or yeah.
It's already there.
Yeah, and now you go into the second field. I thought it throws you automatically into that. And you type in event.y, and in the last one you do event.z.
Okay. So that one?
Yeah, and the last one is event z.
Ah, you dirty bastard. Event z. That one. Done.
Now you double click please on the is current tool adventure mode exempt. Yeah, just that part. Double click it. Yeah, double click it, and hit F3.
F3.
Got
it.
So, could you double click onto entity player? On top of that, on top of the window, is it? There's the entity player thing. Could you double click that, please?
Got it.
I want to explain to you what this function does and why we did have to do that hack. So the first three ints, like P8, 1, 2, 2, 64, 1, 2, and 3, are the X, Y, and Z coordinates that the player is currently in. What this first thing check is if he's in adventure mode or not. If he's not in adventure mode, he says you can mine it because you are in adventure mode. Not in adventure mode, so you can mine anything even though you don't have the correct tool. What we do then is, since we said he's, and that time while we check this, he's in adventure mode, even though he's not in adventure mode, we trick the function in running the rest of the code, and that gets the block that is currently being mined, and it checks if the material is not air. So you don't punch into the air. And if the material is like breakable in adventure mode, or if the current item afterwards, if the current item is present, so if there's a current item in the player's hand, and he gets that and checks if that tool can actually mine it. That's what this function does. It basically makes all the adventure mode checks that it usually does. If you have more questions, I can answer even more.
Now there is one question, but this is a really off-the-wall one, and it's because of a screwed-up mod, which I really ought to take out of the pack anyways, so I guess it is kind of a void question, but struck the drawer thing, the drawer mod. I can't think of the name of it. You have to have an axe in your hand in adventure mode to take anything out of it. So would that still be a case because it's going to think you're in adventure mode when you punch it?
Yeah, it would hurt you, basically.
It'll hurt you, but it won't keep you from taking stuff out.
It won't keep you from... It just simulates the adventure mode. It just simulates that.
Well, good. You shouldn't be using them drawers anyways. You should be using Greg's barrels. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I just hate the fact you have to have a damn axe in your hand, because when they made the mod, they didn't make it to where it was working with adventure mode. So adventure mode says you need an axe to break it, but it doesn't say you need an axe to pull the stuff out of it.
Yeah. So now you can double click on Entity Player again. That resets basically the window how it was. And yet now you can close Entity Player. I just wanted to explain you how this functions work, or functions in this case, so you can understand how it works.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, Spieger, did you see Greg's question in the stream? You're probably not watching it, right?
No, I'm not watching, but Craig types me directly also on IRC, so...
Okay, he said, please make sure to check if the person was in adventure mode before punching, otherwise you're taking adventure mode away from those, since adventure mode is on a per player basis.
Yeah, you know what, we added that afterwards. I just made it different so it was correct, and I know that.
Okay.
Now you can close the Entity Player class, by the way.
Okay.
Now you create the body for the if statement in this case. So in the new line, you make these special curvy curves for the if statement.
Got it.
And when you, yeah. And now we just say, what type of damage does the player, what type of damage do you want to give the player?
It depends on what they're doing.
Oh, okay. No, not the damage amount, just the damage type. Like, should they get burn damage, or generic damage, or magic damage, or
generic damage, but damage that doesn't hurt their armor?
I need to check
such a thing? All right. While you do that, I'm going to deal with Junior for a second because he decided he needed to call. So let me know when you're done. I'll still be listening.
Okay, I'm finished. So if you're ready, just activate your mic again.
Okay, I'm back.
Now, what we need to change now is, before we have the player is current tool adventure mode exempt, we need to make a exclamation mark before that. So between the directly before the player word starts, we need to make an exclamation mark in the if statement.
Hold on, did he tell you this? Make yourself a new damage type. That way you can customize the death message to X punch himself to death.
We do that later. First, we want to get working with a normal damage type, and then we can work on a special damage type.
Okay. So what do you want me to do?
So, where the if statement starts, there before the player word, you put an exclamation mark. It has to be inside of
right here.
One inside. To the right. Yeah, inside.
Okay.
Okay, this basically inverts the if check and says if it's not the correct tool, like in adventure mode. So if it's not the correct tool, it should function or run this function. And then you go into the if statement, and then type in player dot. And then attack. Type in attack. Attack entity from. Select that.
This one.
Yeah. Then you type in damage source, like it is suggested to you. And type in a dot. And then you select generic.
Okay.
And then afterwards, you type in 1 in the next area.
Okay.
Then you make a full semicolon after that function, or a call, correct? And then we start. F11. It will ask you to save anyways. Yeah, it won't start unless you saved everything, so it would ask you to save.
Why the hell is it digging at me? I'm hitting F3 and I don't like it.
F11 is starting.
Oh, well, motherfucker.
F3 is basically checking something out, like what is this doing, and that's always nice.
If I was doing this all the time, I would need one of those old cheat sheets. I don't know if you're old enough to remember them, but WordPerfect used to have this cheat sheet that you put around your F keys, and it told you what each one of them did.
Yeah,
it was just a little.
This cheat sheet.
Oh, I'd need that if I was doing this coding shit all the time, because I'd never remember this.
Believe me, it gets so annoying that you would remember. So now try to break any block.
Okay. Can I try to break the chicken?
No, it doesn't work with.
Ow.
You see?
Ow, motherfucker! Stop it. Okay, now can I actually break it? Yes, I can. That is exactly what I want this mod to do.
Yeah. So that's basically it.
Hold on, I gotta punch the chicken. Chicken must be punched.
Try out to mine leaves. Maybe you can do that.
Nope, that hurts too. Now, did it hurt me for the flour or the dirt? Okay, the dirt.
Dirt, yeah. It might be like that it tries to know the breaking speed for that too.
Ouch. Ouch. Aha! Punch the chicken. Okay. So, is there a way we can stop it from hurting you when you do dirt and sand and stuff like that?
We can make a starting cooldown for the player so that it only damages it like every 10 ticks or something, but that's not really easy to do in that regard.
Because if you're going around punching grass, this is going to get really annoying.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hit the grass. There, you can be all happy and excited, and I'm not finding you a friend. I mean...
let me just... I just need to think about something.
That's not a bad idea, Greg. Greg told me to put a sticky note on the keyboard.
This is now not as easy to think of because I just actually
You can't do like if block equals dirt.
no, you can actually make sure that a player has broken a block. I just need to think of if a player has killed an entity, which actually or when you attacked an entity. But even if you missed for a certain amount of times, like you start punching the blocks, so you would still get damaged.
Yeah, because when you're fighting, if you hit a tree or something, that would be very annoying if it hurt you in the middle of battle.
Yeah, the issue is right now, you can make that happening. It's only not as easy as you think. You need to basically make a cooldown whenever you when you hit an entity or broke a different block, so that you don't get damaged. Which we could do if you want, for at least breaking blocks and hitting entities, making a cooldown and let the cooldown go down over time. Yeah, we can do that. So we just need to close Minecraft now for that.
Okay.
Let's
what the hell is
say
this?
no. Say no.
Okay.
Say no.
Okay.
Close the function. Close the class, display class, and close debug.
What the fuck's the debug?
Debug is at the bottom. Debug is at the bottom.
Oh.
Just close that.
What
And
the fuck was it?
click on the console. I'll explain that to you in a second. Select the console and hit the red button there. No worry, it doesn't let your PC explode.
Okay.
Basically, the software couldn't close correctly.
Oh.
That's the issue. Okay, then let's implement the the cooldown when you break a block that you can't be damaged for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
So now we need to create a new function outside of the damage player, which is basically the on block break function. So you go down, you scroll down.
They won't let me scroll. Oh,
there. And
so, here?
Outside of the function, outside of that, go like one line deeper.
There.
And then you make public void break block. Then the round curves in this case, not the special ones. And then block event. Dot. Break event. Space and then event again. Just small type, that's the name. And then
I screwed up. Hold on.
Yeah, that's okay. No, not semicolon. It's a new function, which is basically not without semicolon. If you call a function, then you need a semicolon, but you make a new function. So now we need to. We basically need now a body for the break block function. That's a new one. So like if statement, we need now a new thing.
Okay. So we're doing an if.
You do the seven. Yeah, correct. Okay, and now you copy the add subscribe event from damage player.
The whole thing?
No, just the subscribe event.
Okay.
And paste it on top of the break block function.
Oh, so it's gonna go
on top of that. No.
Oh, above it.
Other side.
So there.
Yeah. And then you clean up the mess.
I always think I'm messy.
Yeah. So now you finish the if statement. You can copy the if statement from the damaged player if event entity is up to the player line, just up to the entity player line.
So
One line on top, one up, one down. There, yeah. You can copy all of that because that's actually what you need.
Ah, fuck. Where's undo?
Control Z, or that.
I hit B instead of C. Okay,
Yeah.
copy, and then down here.
You remove the if statement and just paste.
There.
Okay, now we need to look the errors up. Just hold it on top of that. Yeah, so just select it. Let me look it up too, because I may have not thought about that fully.
Entity cannot be resolved or is not a field.
1 second. Event, world, block event. Break event, which has a player, but it's private. So you need to, instead of entity, you have get player with the roundy curves.
So instead of this one?
No. You replace entity with get player.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
With get player.
Actually, no. Remove the get player. Sorry. I found something out that's actually also good. And you need to remove the dot, the one that you have. You have 2 dots, and you need to remove one of them. And then you remove the obj of world obj. Okay. So and now you do get player on the second event that you have there. Event entity player. You turn that into event get player. The player has to be typed big. And then afterwards the curly curves, or the normal curves in this case. Yeah. And now we have that fixed. And now we make a new line and say player dot get entity data. They can select it. Dot set int. There, set integer. And then you need to give it a name, and let's call it damage cooldown. You need to have these symbols that say that it's a text. So I think it's apostrophes that you need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's totally fine because it's a text. It can be typed anyhow you want. And now you set it to 40, which should be enough. Which basically is the cooldown time of 2 seconds. I think that should be plenty. So if you decide to break a block, you get a cooldown of 2 seconds.
Okay.
That should be plenty. So now we need to go up to our damage player function and make sure that if the cooldown is bigger than 0, it doesn't apply damage. It doesn't check for that you can be damaged. So now you go to the line where the player is created in the damage player function.
Mm-hmm.
The line directly where you have your player created. Directly after that. Yeah,
I have my
that
player
line.
created, so that'll be this one.
Between temp and player. So now we make an if statement. Round curves. And then player dot get dot entity data, get entity data, sorry. Get, you need get before that.
Oh.
That was my fault. Get. There you have it. You need to remove the other 4 letters afterwards. And then get integer. Dot integer. Sorry, you need a dot. Yeah. And now you need to type in the same name.
The damage cooldown. And you want that with these, because it's text.
Yeah. And then you go to the end of that, between end of the if statement, but still inside of the if statement. And then you go inside of the if statement and make a space.
Mm-hmm.
And say a bigger symbol.
Oh, greater than.
Yeah, greater. And then space 0.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go. Now you make the. You basically open the if statement, like make a special curve for that. And
so
say.
These again.
Yeah. And say return in this case then.
Okay.
With the semicolon afterwards.
Got it.
And also make sure that it's placed like the other returns, like not where the curves do go, just like a little bit further. You can hit tab. Okay. So what that does is basically it checks if the cooldown is bigger than 0. It says we don't check if you're allowed to break that block or not. We just let you do that without damaging you because you already broke a block, so you should be fine. So when you break a block, you're basically immune to damage right now. That we want actually to have that it's a cooldown. So now we need 2 new things. We go into the init function and register a new listener because it's up at the bottom top. I'm confused right now.
So am I. There's the init function, this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the first 3 letters are typed big, or sorry, the first 4 letters.
Mm-hmm.
Forge mod FML common handler. Handler is also typed big.
I knew you were going to say that.
Dot instance dot bus
Does?
bus
Oh, bus.
dot register.
Okay.
Again at this because we don't want to have a new class. So it's adding this. Basically what that is, Minecraft Forge and Forge Mod Loader have both their own event handlers. So basically the event handlers are calling the functions that you mark as subscribe event and put in an event. In later versions, they merged them into one thing because they realized it was stupid to have 2 separate things for the same things. But this gives us now access to tick events, which are basically called on a per tick basis, depending on what type you have. There are a couple different types of events: server tick events, client tick events, world tick events, player tick events, and even I think a couple others, render tick events and stuff like that. But we're interested right now in the player tick event.
Mm-hmm.
So now we go down at the bottom and create a new function with subscribe event on top of that.
Dude, this is so much harder than I thought it was going to
be. We already did something like that. And then you do public void player tick.
It just amazes me how I think something is going to be so easy to code. And fuck, it takes for... I don't know how you guys do this shit. Okay, so what are we doing the public void for?
First, you need to fix the public, because right now it's public.
Yeah, I can't speak, I can't type. We're good.
Yeah, player tick, no naming. And then the curves. And then you type in tick event dot and select the player tick event. Correct. Space event. Mm-hmm. And then we need the opening and closing things again.
So we need more of these things.
Yeah, we need more lines.
We need more lines. Send down more lines.
Mm-hmm.
Give me lines. We got lines. Okay. There.
Now, if statement. First, we need to make sure if the player is in the server side. So if, then the curves, and then event dot side dot is client.
Is client.
Yeah. Now space. These straight lines, vertical straight lines, two of them. Yeah, correct. And then there's space. Event dot face.
Event dot face.
Yeah. With PH.
How the hell is that a face?
It's a phase.
Oh, phase.
Yeah.
Not face. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, click on that. Spacebar equals space right no, not right click, face, this time big space, or not big space with a big P, sorry.
Oh.
Dot. Start. And then finish the if statement in this case. No, not like that. With the without the full stop, but or semicolon, but with the special curves in the new line.
You want one of these?
Yeah, but the other one, the opening one.
Oh, you want another one of these?
Yeah.
I'll give you another one of these.
Okay. Okay, and then you hit return, and then I'm going to explain to you what it does. Okay, so the first of the first, let's explain these vertical lines. The vertical lines basically represent an OR condition. So if one of these two things are true, so if the event is client side fired, so if the client player is throwing that event, we ignore it. The other one is one event for ticks are usually fired on the start of the tick and at the end of the tick, because Minecraft has stuff in the middle. So we just make sure it's at the end of the player tick, and it's also on the server side. So the player has already done all those things, and then we're going to do that.
Okay.
Else the counter would go down twice as fast. And that can be helpful, but it's not really needed. So now we are going to go to the next line in the if, not in the if statement, but in the player tick. And you type in the first 3 letters, no, 4 letters, again big.
The Forge mod loader?
No. No. It's NBT tag compound. Space data. Space equals space after that again. Event dot player get entity data dot get entity data. And semicolon and save.
Okay.
So now this gets you the whole server entity data of the player. And we make a new line.
Shut up, Greg. Hold on a minute. Reading and writing has to be learned if you want to issue orders using text. Yet Bear for sure can't do any of those 3, reading, writing, and giving proper orders. Hush it, you. Okay, so what are we doing?
Next line.
Okay.
We need a new line. Yeah. Okay. We're going to make a new if statement with the round curves.
Mm-hmm.
And this if statement checks if there's a cooldown. So we are going to do data dot get integer. And then we need the cool name. You start with the apostrophes, then you can just type in.
Is there a quick way of getting that to finish?
Just type in cool the apostrophe again. And then out of the yeah. And now we make a greater check if it's greater than 0. So you need space greater space 0. Okay, and now we're going to do next line and special curly curves. And now we're going to do data.setInteger. Data.
Dot.
Set integer.
Mm-hmm.
Same name again. You can also copy it if you want. And then you copy the whole area of the if statement except for the greater and 0 area.
So this.
Only data get integer. Only data get integer.
Oh, okay.
And with the text.
Okay, so just that.
One further.
Do I need the front one then?
No. The last letter after that, else you get an error because you're not having enough round curves. You copy that and paste that into the area afterwards. Correct. And then you do space dot negative minus. Sorry. space 1. Okay, and then you save. And this basically decreases the cooldown if it's bigger than 0. So now you're going to start Minecraft.
And that's up 11 out of 3.
So technically, when you punch grass, you are no longer able to be damaged by the block after that. Unless you're hitting it too long.
For more than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that is going to be annoying, but I guess it should happen, so I'll deal with it, is when I'm talking, I punch a lot, so I'm going to be damaging myself when I'm talking, because I'm going to punch the freaking floor.
Yeah.
But I should take damage when I punch the floor, because I'm an idiot and I shouldn't be punching the damn floor.
Next, we need to implement that for also entities. So that you don't get damaged if you are hitting like chickens and then get damaged. That's not implemented right now.
Hit chicken, hit block, still hurts. But
Yeah.
I hit grass and I hit block, it doesn't hurt.
And check if you get damaged now again.
Now
okay,
I do.
so it works. We can adjust the speed by just changing how much cooldown time you get. So we can also set it to 1 second. We might want to set it to 1 second. Or less, maybe even 10 ticks. Like, enough to make sure that you can just punch freely.
Okay.
So what you're going to do now, make Minecraft smaller, so we can and minimize it. You don't need to close it.
Hold on, I gotta turn that fucking music off. That's gonna get annoying in my ear while I'm trying to listen to
yeah.
you. Music sound, go away.
Yeah.
Do not need chickens clucking in the background.
Okay, and now you're going to the block event and set it to, instead of 40, you set it down to 10.
So here?
Yeah. Save.
Control S.
And now you open Minecraft again and check, continue checking.
And it didn't have to be restarted to do that?
Nope, nope.
Okay, so now I do it, and now it's gonna hurt me before I get the block broke.
Yeah.
And holy shit, I need to give myself some food. I'll cheat on.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm cheating. Leave me alone. How the hell
We don't
I
have
cheat?
not enough items installed, so that doesn't work.
How can I cheat?
Game mode. You can change the game mode with /game mode. Or why don't you set it to peaceful? Why don't you set Minecraft to peaceful?
Because I never do it. How the hell do I do it?
Options.
It's options?
Yeah, it's an options. Difficulty.
Oh.
Peaceful, and then bam.
Look, I got my health back.
Yay.
Yeah, see, I don't do this shit. I'm always in freaking kill me mode.
So, the only thing that's missing right now, we have only 2 things. Have a cooldown when you hit entities that you don't hurt yourself on the hit where you hit an entity. Actually, when you miss a hit, it still counts as like how's it called? Trying to break a block. That's a bit bad. I don't actually know a solution right now. The only thing that we could do is pick up a sword, just in case.
Don't know how.
Game mode. Type open chat /game mode 1. Then get a sword. And yeah, have the creative inventory. And then open chat again, type up, and replace the 1 with a 0. Try to attack a block, just in case. Okay, it hurts you. Okay, so what we could do is what do we do now? Basically, the issue is right now when you miss, we can do if you hit an entity that you can give it a cooldown where you are not where you can't destroy where you don't get damaged. Right now, we could do that, but the issue is you can exploit that and hit an entity and then dig for a couple seconds a block or something. So, how do you want to solve that?
No. Greg says it's funny that if you swing your sword and miss and hit a block, it hurts.
Yeah, we could make the assumption if you're wearing a sword, then you shouldn't be damaged at all. Like mining with the sword is okay.
Yeah, but that's so. Well, most of the swords in this is going to be Greg Tech swords, so is that going to count? Because it wouldn't matter anyways, because you can't dig with a Greg Tech sword.
Oh. I need to ask Greg something.
So that would be an easy fix.
Well, if it's only Greg Tech sword, then it would be fine.
Why in the hell is my video output saying it's
crap? Maybe because you're also streaming to me.
No, it says it's putting out 3,000. YouTube just had one of its moments. Because it's not looking bad other than that moment there where I lagged, but the game lagged, so it's not an issue. Because you can see it said client-side jump ticking to 300 and whatever the fuck ever.
Okay, right now I'm talking to Greg. I'm trying to find out if we can detect Greg's sword, so we can exclude Greg's tools basically from the you get damaged when you hit a block on accident, because you can't mine blocks from Greg with Greg Tech swords anyways. I just need to get from Greg how can we detect that you have a Greg Tech sword in your hand. So, I'm waiting right now on an answer on that.
Are we gonna have to call the Greg Tech API for that?
No, I doubt it. It should be possible in a minute.
Okay.
Worst case, we are going to check our dictionary.
Does Greg swords considered our dictionary?
Well, I'm just waiting on Greg's answer right now.
There's like no cows in this place, or pigs, horses and chickens. It is getting dark.
Yeah. Luckily, you have commands for you, so you could set it today. Also, peaceful, so monsters won't spawn.
Realize, I think right now, if you mine obsidian with your hand, it would
kill you. Totally.
Just
even if you have regen.
It takes forever to break that shit with your hand. Yeah, chicken. Hold still.
Okay, I need to check one thing before we continue, because maybe we don't even need to add compat to Greg Tech itself.
Okay.
So I'm right now checking that. Break event for truck, block strength. So
Say, is there a way where we could just stop it from hurting you if you hit dirt or sand?
well, I'm not sure right now, so I'm going to check. So break event, that's that. Break event can harvest block is tool required current item. Tool equals null, harvest tool is level than that. Player can harvest.
Second. If you work, I kill chickens. Fair trade.
Yeah, fair trade. I think it sounds stupid, but I think Greg's tools could be supported even without adding special support.
Can y'all even see what the hell I'm doing in this damn dirt? It's dark as fuck. That's
Okay, we're going to hack a tiny bit.
Okay. As long as we don't get caught by the NSA, I don't give a shit. They don't need to know.
Oh. Now QueryTech comes into play. Yay.
You talking about like his baseball bats and shit?
Well, he has also tools, so that's why.
Eclipse because it's what Spieger told me to use. William Spieger. Spieger is my teacher, so what he tells me to use, I use. Spieger's my Yoda.
Okay, then we're going to use really bad hacks, but we're going to use them anyways to add GregTech support because I'm not familiar how the GregTech API is installed and how to run it instantly. So let's do it this way.
Okay.
You can close Minecraft.
Okay. Die.
You go please at the top of your class.
No, you said please.
Yeah. Basically, there's public static final string version 1.0. You go to the line below that and hit enter to make a new line and then go up again. And then you go public static space static space class with big C. Because it's a class, not a generic, and then you call it space GT.
Space GT.
And then semicolon.
That's a problem. There we go.
Then you go after a fortune common handler instance. You create a new line, basically.
Okay, wait a minute. after the common handler.
Yeah, you make a new line after that.
Got it.
And then you type in try dot.
Dot.
Remove the dot. One down, make a try catch.
Okay.
Then
because all this shit.
Make sure that the catch has its own line and the curly curves are better formatted.
Oh yes, because good God, it can't be ugly. Is that better?
The catch needs its own line.
Oh, good God, we gotta have the catch on its own line too.
Yeah, and after the try is still a curly curve, badly placed.
Yeah.
And then you remove the to-do handle exception.
Mm-hmm. Spieger says you have to go. So bye.
Yeah. Tab.
Okay.
And then E dot.
E dot.
Print.
Mm-hmm.
Type that in, please.
Oh, you want me to type something?
Yeah.
Okay,
print stack trace. Select that, the bottom one.
Got it.
Yeah. So that throws an error if the greg tag is not found. So we go into the try. Between the curves, and then you type in GT.
Mm-hmm.
Space. 1 second, I need to copy something, and then equals space, then class with a big C dot.
Mm-hmm.
For name.
Mm-hmm.
Then you create these not semicolons, the text symbols.
Fuck, I screwed it up. Hold on. Okay, so you want these things.
Yeah, and you need to remove the second closing thing.
This thing.
Yeah, and then you make a semicolon after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you copy what I sent you from Discord.
Where'd you put it? It ain't in the call.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry. Now it is. Yeah, I forgot to enter.
Now, will this do GT5 and GT6, Greg, or is this just GT6?
This is GT6. But it supports at least queries mod 2. Okay.
What the fuck is NetBeans? That must be bad.
No, it's just the networking, I think.
Well, he's saying that Eclipse is better than that, so.
Or NetBeans. Oh, no. NetBeans is also a development tool. Basically, everyone has its preferences. Others come with that. I use Eclipse. Greg uses also Eclipse, so yeah.
And apparently, Supercoder and those guys use some other weird shit now. I can't remember what it is. They keep talking shit about Eclipse and wanting me to try to use this other thing. It's like, nope, it's going to be Eclipse because that's what Spieger told me to use.
Question: can you mine, or does GregTech allow you to mine a block that is, when, let's say you have a pickaxe and try to dig dirt?
No.
Does it allow you to do that?
No, you'll just sit there and beat on it for 6,000 years. It'll never do a thing.
Yeah. Right now, okay. Right now, when we do this, basically we create an ignore modifier, which basically lets the code ignore GregTech tools at all. Like if GregTech tools are detected in your hand, it doesn't damage you for like hurting the wrong block.
Okay.
Is that okay for you?
Oh yeah, that's perfect because
okay.
Anything that a GregTech tool would take multiple damage for using, because like a sword, if you break grass, doubles the damage on the sword.
Okay.
Anything like that, Greg's tools won't let you break it at all. So I'm cool with
So
that.
you don't want to be damaged if Greg Tech tools basically.
Right.
Okay, then you go up to the damage player function.
No, good God, now I gotta find this thing. Damage player function. There's the damage cooldown.
Yeah, that's
damage
good.
player. There it is.
Yeah, you go please after the special curve ends in the if the cooldown is down or if there's a cooldown. So you go between. You go before temp basically.
Before temp. So here.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to make another if statement.
How are you in the group when you keep saying please all the time? You're too nice.
Too nice?
Yeah, you keep saying please. I'm not used to that. I'm used to like now.
Okay, then do the if statement now.
Okay, I can do that. I'm used to that.
Yeah, you need these curly curves.
The curly curves. Okay, got that.
That's the special curly curves.
You don't. Okay, got it.
The other one needs to remove because that's causing a lot of errors. The closing one.
This one. Got it.
So now we are making three checks. First of all, we check if Greg tag was found. So if GT space GT has to be typed big because you typed it big in up there too. Equals not, which is the not symbol for no. It's a exclamation mark equals.
That.
Yeah, and you need to remove the equals first, the first equals. And then you type in space and type in null, all small typed.
Did you say null?
Yeah, N-U-L-L. Okay, then you do space and these vertical lines twice.
Oh,
no, sorry, not these. Sorry, no. That was a mistake on mine. You do twice and. These special symbols for and. Not at, and.
Oh, and. Hold on, where the fuck is that on the keyboard?
It's number 6.
7.
Okay. And you go space, player dot, get, current.
Current what? Equipment?
Current equipped item, yeah.
Okay.
And then space equals not null. You need the exclamation point before the equals. Okay, so this checks if those both check if Greg tag was detected, and also the player has an item in its hands. And now we're making after the null again a space and again a double end. Space GT dot is instance, which is yeah, and then player get currently equipped item dot.
Dude, our line's getting long.
Get item.
Just item.
Yeah. Then you go a line down. Open the special curly curves, and the closing one needs to be done too. Good. And then you type in return. And now you go up, please.
I have to make a statement here. Anybody that ever suggests having something added to a mod should have to sit through doing this once. Because then they would rethink asking for something. Holy shit, coding is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
I don't know how you
go
guys
into
do
the init
this.
functions. So basically what this does is the class for name. It tries to fetch a class that Greg adds, in this case his multi-tool item class, which is in his API. It tries to get this class and stores it in the variable that you created, in this case GT. If that's not present, so if it can't find GregTech's API, it will crash. That's why the try and catch are there. Try tries to execute code, and if it's causing a crash, catch is called, and that just prints an error instead of crashing the game. So if GregTech is found, it doesn't crash. If it's not found, it crashes and just prints an error. And that's why we're going down now to the damage player function again, where the GT is used. And that's why we're going to make a check if GT is not null, because if it's crashing, it's not setting the GT variable, so it's going to be null. So if GregTech is not null, so it's there, we're going to check if the player has an item in its hand, and if the item type that the player is holding in his hand is the type of item that Greg has added. And that also adds support for QueerTech. So that's automatically supported. If that's the case, so if it's a GregTech item, GregTech tool in this case, it just says ignore the code. Like, don't go further. We have GregTech. We don't want to be damaging items.
Okay.
So that's now being done. So since you're planning to use GregTech tools, that you're not trying to hit entities or something, or if you're trying to hit entities, you don't get damaged if you're missing. If you use vanilla tools, then you get damaged if you're missing. And that can't be really done something about in this case, unless if you want, we can also exclude swords, and that would be a lot smaller, by the way, if you want.
Yeah, but I don't want people going around digging up dirt with swords. That's retarded.
Okay, so now
they should be using proper tools anyway. So use the GregTech shit and screw the rest.
Yeah. So now we are doing 1 damage for every block that you're trying to mine with an incorrect tool, if it's not even a GregTech tool. So in this case, you do damage to all of them, but you asked me to do wood does a bit of damage to you. Gravel and sand in this case don't do any damage to you, but they make the damage animation.
They tick you, yeah.
Yeah, I need to check something for that, but that's the thing you wanted. And you wanted to do...
Dirt doesn't hurt you at all.
Dirt?
Dirt and grass, I don't want to hurt you at all if it's possible.
You mean like sand?
Sand is not dirt.
I mean, no. It does like the damaging moving, but it doesn't damage.
Oh, I didn't give a shit. With sand and dirt and grass, I didn't care if it didn't hurt you at all or didn't tick you. Gravel, I wanted to tick you and be annoying.
Okay.
Because if you go punching into gravel, it's going to hurt your fucking hand. But it's not going to break your fucking hand. You can dig through gravel. It's just painful. But digging through dirt and sand isn't even painful. It's, people do it on the beach for fun.
Let me check something. It doesn't have a material? No, it has to have a material.
But if that's not possible because of them all taking shovels,
no, that's not a problem. I'm just needing to look up. Basically, gravel and sand are the same material type. That's why I'm telling you.
Oh. And by the
So
way, Count, I think I've said the whole coding's a pain in the ass through both mods now that I've coded with Spieger. So it's not a new thing just because I did that one line. I'd complain about it every line because I don't
yeah,
know how the hell y'all do this shit. This has given me a whole new respect for what you guys do. But now,
okay.
with all that said, Greg, we still don't have a frickin' blast furnace.
Okay, now we are going to do the what damaging.
Okay.
Go up to the damage player function where you apply damage.
I go down, he tells me to go up. What the hell?
Up, yeah. There's go where attack player is, or attack entity is. There we need to go.
Tech entity.
So yeah, you're there. We need to have another if inside of the where the attack from entity or entity from is. Around 3 lines deeper.
So here?
5 deeper.
Here.
Another 3 on top of that.
Here.
No. Look, search for player.attack entity from.
Player dot. Can I do that? Edit. Edit. Search. Where the fuck is search? Fine.
Control F.
Player. What the fuck am I looking for? Player.
Dot attack.
Attack.
Find.
I'm blind. Okay, close. So right here.
Yeah, in this line, you basically now make a before this line you make a if statement.
Okay. So before this,
So
we're doing
if curly curves.
Motherfucker. Oh, I'll get the
You
right
type
one.
in. Now we need a line before that. Sorry, I forgot something. Block with a big B. Space block with a small b. Space equals player dot world object dot get block.
This one?
Yeah. And now you can copy the event X, Y, and Z from the is current adventure tool thing and paste it into the block. Yeah, just copy that because you need to type in the exact same things and paste them in all 3. Okay. And then an semicolon afterwards.
Now,
okay.
The one up there has 2 brackets. Is this one supposed to have 2 brackets or just one?
No. It's correct. And then you're going to save.
This? Why is that not? Why has it got an error?
Because it can't find the import because there are multiple imports. You hover over that and it's asking you to import over the block.
Block cannot be resolved by a type.
You never look at the top, left of it. You look at where the.
Oh, okay.
You take the one that says net.minecraft.block.
I can't scroll down. So the one that says
top. It's in the first. It says import. Import block.net.
Oh.
No. That's the wrong one. Control Z.
Oh shit. Control Z.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now again, and you need to net.minecraft.block. In the curly curves has stay net.minecraft.block.
This one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Now you're going to go into the if and say block dot get material dot space equals. Sorry, the dot. Remove the dot. Space equals space material big typed dot wood.
Okay.
Now you're going to go. You go to the end of the line, press enter, special curly curves, and then you're going to copy and paste the attack entity from there into the inside of that.
Shit. Okay.
Then you go to the end of the curly curves and make a new line. And type in else space if. Round curves. Block.getMaterial. Space equals material. Stone or rock in this case. Again, end of the line, make a new line. Curly curve, special curly curves. Then you paste it again in. You have it already copied. So
copied. So
then you type in, instead of 1, you type in a 2 because it should do more damage. Instead of 1 damage, it does now 2.
Okay.
Now we do another else if, and after the end of the special curly curves.
So now like this.
Nope.
No.
You
gotta do it after.
Like before.
How do I delete that line?
Just press delete until the line is at.
There we go. So then this one.
Yeah, and another else if.
Can I just do this?
Copy
the whole thing?
Yeah, make. That's totally fine.
So I can copy that, I can put it here, I can paste it here, and then I can change the material to
sand.
Okay.
And then you do a 0. Now I need to check something to just make sure that's actually the case.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. You typed in a 0. That basically just shaking.
Okay.
Do we want to have also something for metal? Should it do even more damage if you try to hit metal?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you make another copy again.
I shouldn't have to remake it. I already have it. I just got to paste it.
Yeah.
So just do this and do that.
Then you, instead of rock comes metal.
Okay.
And then you do, oh, isn't it? It isn't metal. Then just remove the metal and remove the dot. And type in the dot again after you remove the dot.
Dot.
And scroll down, or yeah, go down until you find
iron.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
It's iron. Iron.
Okay.
Okay, so it does the same amount of damage as like hitting rock, unless you want more.
Nah, that'll be fine.
Okay. Now we want to have another copy.
So that'll be here.
Yeah.
Paste.
And then you're going to remove the your middle line, the apply damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because this one is the one that doesn't do damage. Mm-hmm. And you say grass instead of rock.
Oh, okay. That'll do grass and dirt?
No, that's grass only. Then you do space. Vertical lines too. Then space. and block.getMaterial. Space equals equals, and then again material dot, and then dirt, or ground in this case. Ground. Okay, so basically when that's selected, it ignores, it doesn't apply any damage. And should anything else that's not registered just do normal damage to you? If it's not in this type list, should it just apply 1 damage to you?
Can we put gourds in there? Because you should not take a damage when you harvest them.
What in there?
Gourds.
Gourds?
Watermelons and pumpkins.
1 second. I need. Should watermelons and pumpkins should do no damage?
Yeah, you shouldn't need an axe to pick up a frickin' melon.
Okay,
or a sword or whatever the fuck it is. And I seen gourd in the list. That's why I thought of it.
I don't. Let me just look what type it uses. Block pumpkin uses gourd, yeah. And melon. Uses gourd as well. So yeah, totally fine.
Now, do I have to add one to that, or can I just do this again on this line?
You can do that again. Just have these vertical lines afterwards.
So just basically copy all of the motherfucker. Get over there. Copy this, and then paste that, and then change this to not have an O, and change the N to an R. There.
Good, yeah, good. And now you're going to do an else after the line. Just an else. No. After the we make a next entry and call just else.
Oh.
Down below.
Down to here.
No, we go where the else if ends.
Else if ends here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just type in else and then new line special curly curly.
Else. Enter. Special curly shit.
And then you cut and paste the bottom attack entity from into
this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Copy. Paste.
And the bottom one needs to be deleted.
This one needs to go away.
Yeah.
Ah! I fucked something.
Just remove one more. Just remove one more. Tab. Finished. So,
okay.
So let me now save. So it's not getting deleted or something.
Okay.
Double click on the punch me not.
This one?
Yeah. Just we see everything and scroll a tiny bit up. That's enough. So basically what this is doing, an if statement checks if the condition is true. An else if is basically an extension of that. So if the if is not true, it checks the next else if, and then the next else if the one is not true. And it continues until it finds something that is true. So, for example, if you're mining pumpkins, for example, it will check the wood, the rock, the sand, the iron, and all these are not matching, so it doesn't apply these. But the gourd is matching, so it does nothing afterwards. If it finds nothing in its list, it goes from top to bottom, and then it goes to the else and just applies that. So it's basically just a checklist. Is this or no? Is this that? If it's that or that or that. If it's none of these, do the extra thing.
You mind if I do something real quick and you tell me if I do it wrong?
Yeah.
That in there. And you want to see. Go.
Yeah, that's correct. You're just missing a space between gourd and the.
Oh.
Okay. So basically now you're not getting damaged if you're punching leaves.
Right.
Until you save. So now save and just double click on punch me not.
Now,
So it's going back to normal.
if I ever decide I need to change a damage, this is where I would go to change the number. And if I need to add something, I can go in here and just add it. Just add another.
Yeah, and the else if can be added anywhere for if and the else. So you can add anywhere between the end of the if and the start of the last else. You can add as many else ifs as you want, as long as they stay between these. So now hit F11 so we can test if it works.
Okay, one other question. If I find out that GT5 stuff, can I add another for GT, or do I have to add like GT5 rather than just GT?
We would have to ask Bloody which type of, but let's say instead of adding like a second one, we're going to go to the exception and would add a new try into the exception. And then we would apply the same thing, but with the GT5 class. So you wouldn't have to add any extra code except for the class fetching for the GT5. So it would crash on the GT6, and then it would try to search for GT5. If it finds that, then it's going further, and if it doesn't find it, then it crashes.
So I could just do
continues
this line over again. But
you copy from the try to the curly curve of the closing curly curve of the catch.
So all of that I would have to copy and then paste.
You paste it after the print stack trace element.
Okay.
So copy that just to show it off.
Okay.
And then you go the line deeper after print stack trace element and create a new line.
Here, new line.
It needs to be inside.
Oh, it needs to be here.
Yeah.
Okay. Paste.
And then
enter that down and delete this out. And then I could just find out from Bloody what this is.
Correct. And it would do like the GT5 one. I don't know if Greg knows the GT5 one, but let's look.
Greg, you all-knowing master of Greg Tech things. What is it?
By the way, the one, the closing curve is one line too deep.
This one?
No, the one is, one needs to be, and the E needs to be told to E2, and the E that's in the cat,
It needs to do what?
It needs to be renamed because E is already a thing, and you create a new E.
Change it to
and then the one that's down there needs to be also an F.
Okay.
Okay, and then I don't know if Greg knows it.
Bloody's on. Hold on.
Where's Bloody?
Oh shit. He's in GT right now is where I'm.
Yeah, I'm just checking GT5U, the class.
5U tool class called?
Well, it needs to be the tool class for that. Greg checks it for us, so that's good.
Okay. We'll see if Bloody actually pays attention, because trying to get him to focus on something, especially if it's Greg Tech, is pretty hard these days.
By the way, could you remove the print stack trace element from the E? Yeah.
Just delete it?
Yeah, just delete it and remove the line completely. Basically, it doesn't throw an error if it doesn't find GregTech 5. GregTech 6. Sorry, it doesn't find GregTech 6, but it finds GregTech 5. Then it doesn't need to throw an error because it found something. It just needs to throw then an error if it has not GregTech 5 found.
Should I
That's the
change
idea.
these GTs to 6 and 5, or is it 5?
No. It can be the same thing.
Okay.
Because GT5 and 6 can't be in the same. Or can you combine GT5 and 6?
Okay.
Can you? That's what was the question. Can you combine?
No, you cannot put them together. We've tried.
Okay.
Because they both have the same mod ID.
Yeah. If they would have, like, if you could combine them, then you would just have a thing for that. But in our case, it's enough if we know that it's just which type of Greg tag it is from the class type.
Okay.
Greg, how's it going?
It doesn't look like Bloody's. I wonder if I can ask, is he on? See if Alkalis is on. I don't look like he's on. Because he mods for. If Dream would know. He works with this shit. Let me see if Dream knows.
I might have found it before Greg.
There's somebody in here named Greg Noob. Ain't nobody want to answer today. It doesn't look like Creeper's there.
Oh, bloody, seriously.
What?
Bloody has 2, basically.
He has 2?
Yeah.
Why?
He has 2 classes for tools.
Wifer.
Oh, no. Greg says he's right. Okay, then he has 2 classes, but only one is needed. So okay. I'm sending you the one that you paste in there.
Okay. So I need this one, which is pretty close to the other one. So we'll put this here. Let me paste that.
Okay, with that you have automatically added GT5U support.
Okay. And
so,
now we'll do control save.
And start it just to make sure that you don't get damaged by leaves, that you get more damage by rocks, and don't get damaged by grass.
Okay.
That should also add a lot of mod support.
So you're gonna come play on GT6 Lite with us?
No. I have enough of Minecraft. Greg doesn't seem to be the same case, but that's something different.
So how's your game coming? That always is a good way to start an answer.
It's coming forward, but it's a bit harder. Maybe you want to...
Fuck do I make daytime?
Time set 0. Space between time and set.
I gotta go into LAN.
You're under control, it's not LAN.
Oh
yeah. Open to LAN.
There it is. Leave me alone. There we go. Let's try
and if you type up.
I'm really not this dumb. I know how to do this.
I'm not so sure. That's why I'm always doing it.
I'm not an idiot. I just play one on YouTube.
Try to mine dirt.
Yes, I can mine dirt.
Okay, and
But
leaves?
I punch a tree, it hurts. Punch leaves, doesn't hurt.
Maybe dig straight down. That maybe
Cheaty
works.
dirt. Cheaty dirt. Yell at the dirt. And ow, motherfucker, ow.
That even kills you in
hurts.
peaceful.
Yeah, that's not gonna...
That even kills you in peaceful.
That's bad. So don't do that.
Yeah. You could technically go into creative mode and get the metal to see if it hurts even more, but it's enough. Sand and gravel. Wait, what?
Sand does not hurt me.
Okay, make it small and minimize. And go down to the sand one and do 0.1.
0.1.
There needs to be an F afterwards.
F?
Yeah. And then save.
What's the F?
It's just the F basically says it's a lower accuracy number in terms of comma-based numbers.
Hold on. Somebody finally answered me. Okay. He wanted to know what I wanted to change. I was like, I don't change shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if that damages you.
Okay, now it doesn't hurt me. Let me go into normal.
It might still apply damage to you, but very, very little.
Oh no, I can go right through it. It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
It's just going to say you shouldn't be doing this, but you can do it.
That's good to know. So if you apply not perfect 1 damage, then it doesn't apply damage. That's good. Good.
Pumpkins. Hey, look, there's pumpkins right here.
That's perfect
lucky
time.
are we? And I can mine a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Aha. Now, is that going to work for a jack-o'-lantern?
Nope. I checked that.
So a jack-o'-lantern will take
Axe.
Axe. Okay.
I think that's fine since you have a fire in there.
I can handle that.
Okay, and now we just need to export it, and then it's done.
Alright, so save and close game. Close Minecraft. Bring it back
Close
up
Eclipse.
this. And close
No. Yeah, yeah. I thought you wanted to say export there, because there's an export option, but that's wrong.
Okay, before I do this, do I need to change the other...
You can move it around. You can just change the example, yeah. If you want, you can do that. You just have to fix 1 line.
Well, let me do that. And let's see. I still got to... Oh, I didn't want to copy the whole thing. I wanted to copy the text in it.
Oh, no, you can move the folder if you want.
Yeah, just do it this way. And then do this and hit name.
Bear. No. Stop.
What?
Cancel. Cancel that.
Mm-hmm.
Click the folder and drag it 1 layer up.
And then just get rid of this one?
Yeah. That's what you wanted to do, correct?
Delete. Yeah, pretty much. If I don't need it, why have it?
Yeah. Go up. Scroll up. You need to fix the packaging because it has still the example in it.
So change package declaration to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then save.
And then control this. And then I'm probably going to have to go back and watch the old one where I did it. The old stream.
No, I'm going to go through with you. I'm doing that with you. No worry.
Oh, okay.
So close Eclipse because we don't need it anymore. It's done.
Okay. Close. Exit.
Then you type in gradle.bat.
And then we do Gradle W.
Yeah, always W.
Okay. Dot
Bat,
bat
space, build.
build enter.
Yes.
Okay. And now we give this to Spieger and we have him put it on curse. Because if I put it on curse, they'll kick me out because I'm an asshole.
Why should I put this on curse?
I just had to bring up the fact that I got banned from curse again. Still think it's funny. Because I'm an
and
asshole.
then close that. You don't need that anymore.
Okay.
Then you go under a bin. Build, sorry. Build.
Build.
Lips.
Lips.
That's your mod.
Okay. And I can change it to...
whatever you want.
So the punch me not name that I had. And then we'll make it 0.1. Well, no. We'll do it 1.0. Because there shouldn't be anything else is needed.
Yeah, you can also make it look nice in terms of naming. So you're no longer forced to do small typing or something like that.
Punch. I don't have to all of those stupid ass spaces. Or not
Punch me bot.
Punch me not.
Yeah, punch me bot would be still funny.
Yes. Okay, so there we go. So there's the mod. So I'm going to throw this on my website. I'm not going to do it now, but I'll do it right after we get done streaming. And so if anybody wants to try it that's watching, it'll be there. And it'll be going into just the GT6 Lite for the moment. I may try to sneak it into some of the other mod packs, but for right now it's only going to be in Lite because we don't want Junior and Crazy to throw a fucking hissy fit, little babies.
And this 10-minute mod took around, well, not 10 minutes, but like half an hour max. Took around 2.5 hours.
Well, that's because you had to deal with teaching me.
So,
anybody else, it probably would have taken 10, 20 minutes.
It's a good time. For the second mod, after basically forgetting everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And we set up from beginning to end of the mod, so that's not bad for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Alright, so. How did I get banned again? I got banned because I told the dude he was an idiot and didn't know how to do his damn job. The guy kept throwing out Greg Tech 6 as a mod in my mod pack and told me it was not allowed to be in there because it was not on curse and was not a curse approved mod, even though it had been approved multiple times and had been in multiple versions of that pack. I wasn't adding it to the pack. I was just updating it. And I had a really bad night one night, and I updated a whole bunch of packs. I think I uploaded like 3 of them to curse that night. And he sent me the rejection thing, and my first answer to him are you fucking shitting me? You're doing this stupid shit again. It's allowed, it's been allowed, it's approved. Just fucking let it go and stop being stupid. If you can't do your job, find somebody that can, you fucking moron. And apparently that's not something you should say to somebody that has the ability to ban you.
Obviously.
But he didn't ban me when I said it. He actually said, well, that is awful rude. You don't need to do that. I will take care of it. I will approve it without you having to resend it. And he did. And after he approved it, I said, well, it's about damn time you pull your head out of your ass. I can't stand this site in the first place. I only use this place because of my viewers that have asked me to use it. So it's easier for them. Otherwise, I'd tell you to stick it up your ass. And that's what I got banned for.
Well, you basically kicked down on the person who was already laying on the ground.
Well, he's a fucking idiot. I can't help the fact that he's
nice to kick a person who was laying on the ground.
I've always been told you call a black, a white, a white. You know, if it's a liar, you call it a liar. If it's an idiot, you call it an idiot. That's why when I do something stupid, I will say I'm an idiot. Because at that moment, what I did was fucking stupid, and I was being an idiot. I have no problem with that. It doesn't mean I'm an idiot all the time. It just means in that moment, I was an idiot. And this dude, apparently, that day, was being a fucking retard. So I told him he was being a fucking retard.
Yeah.
And apparently, bad idea.
Well, so we're basically done now.
Yes, we're done now. So have a good one. Take it easy. If you want to grab it, like I said, it'll be in my on my website here in a little bit. Website should be down in the description. Yes, website's in the description, so you can grab it there. And I will see you guys later.